So this one
sure.
really is going to hurt because we're going to cry.
Yeah.
This is disgusting.
Right. So
This is awful.
these are the last moments of Elijah McClain's life.
Ah.
2019 in Aurora, Colorado. A security camera picks up 23-year-old Elijah McClain at this Shell gas station buying soft drinks and wearing a face mask. His family lawyer told NBC News he was in the habit of wearing this mask. After paying for his items, he turns around and bows to the man behind him in line. His family told NBC News this was his signature gratitude bow. At 10:30 p.m., a man calls 911.
Let me see, he has a mask on. He looks sketchy. He might be a good person or a bad person.
Yeah.
So, mask on.
Okay. Were any weapons involved or mentioned?
No.
Okay. What color's the mask, or what does it look like?
Black.
Black mask?
He's like a...
Is it like a ski mask, or what type of mask is it?
Yeah, like a ski mask.
Elijah McClain is walking home from a nearby Shell gas station. He's holding a plastic bag with his purchases. At 10:43 p.m., Aurora police officer Nathan Woodyard spots McClain.
Do me a favor, stop right there. Hey, stop right there. Stop. 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 I have a right to stop you because you're being suspicious.
9 seconds after exiting his vehicle, the officer initiates physical contact.
Stop tensing up, dude.
10:44 p.m., Officer Jason Rosenblatt and Officer Randy Rodema are now also on the scene and surround McClain.
No, I am an introvert. Please respect the boundaries that I am speaking.
Stop tensing up.
Stop.
Relax.
Stop. I'm going home.
Relax, or I'm going to have to change this situation. Stop.
Leave me alone.
Stop.
Can you please?
No, can you leave me alone?
No, we're gonna.
First off,
talk to
you guys started to arrest me, and I was stopping my music to listen. Now let go.
The situation escalates when the officers try to move McClain onto the grass. Officer Woodyard's body cam is knocked to the ground.
You guys.
Take my power back, and I intend to be.
Officer Rodema says this.
Just grab your gun, dude.
It's unclear from the body cameras whether or not McClain reached for an officer's weapon. All three officers wrestle McClain to the ground.
Give us more. Give us some more units. We're fighting them.
At this moment, one of the officers uses a carotid control hold on McClain, a tactic that involves an officer placing his arm around a subject's neck, applying pressure, and restricting blood to the brain via the carotid arteries. Responding officers later told an Aurora police investigator that McClain briefly went unconscious and the officers released the hold. At 10:46 p.m., just over 2 minutes after the first officer made contact with him, McClain is pinned to the ground and says this.
Fighting us on the ground. It's Elijah McClain.
We had to use carotid.
That's what I was doing. I was just going home. I'm an introvert and I'm different.
Did he come out? He's out. Was he out?
Yeah.
I heard some snoring.
I just
He wasn't
completely.
He didn't lose consciousness. Yeah.
I'm just different.
He tried
I'm
to grab
just
my gun.
different. That's all. That's all I was doing.
It was actually Rosenblatt.
I'm so
For
sorry.
your gun, dude.
I have no gun.
That's where I tried carotid.
I don't do that stuff. I don't do any
If you
fighting.
in other units that are not here,
Why
they
were
can
you
slow it down a
testing
little
me?
bit.
I don't do guns. I don't even kill flies.
We got him to take.
I don't eat meat.
Do we have
I'm not
anything other than him
vegetarian.
being
I
sususpicious?
don't judge people.
No, I mean, I tried to stop him. He started walking away.
Yeah, Cruiser 26, we need to slow everybody down.
Responding officers later tell an investigator that McClain was actively resisting and fighting the officers' attempts to place him into handcuffs.
What I was trying to do
I tried.
was become better.
We started it because he reached for
It was
Rosie's
like
gun.
Nikola Tesla.
When we had him on the wall. All right.
At 10:49 p.m., McClain throws up a first time.
Stop.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to do that. I think I can't breathe correctly because
Over the next 4 minutes, McClain gets sick a few more times. Officers are also heard multiple times asking him to stop fighting.
Rolling this way, dude?
Yeah.
Are you able to?
My legs locking up.
There you go. Just like that.
You're good.
Don't
You're
get
good.
up, dude. It's not going to be good for you. I'm telling you right now.
If you keep messing around, I'm gonna bring my dog out. He's gonna dog bite you. You understand me?
At 10:54 p.m., McClain is still on the ground and an officer says this.
So when the ambulance gets here, we're going to go ahead and give him some ketamine.
Yeah, sounds good.
Perfect, dude. Perfect. Let's give that a couple of minutes and then we'll put him on.
Whatever he's on,
Yeah.
he has incredible strength.
Yeah, crazy strength.
10:59 p.m. A fire medic administers 500 milligrams of ketamine to McClain in an attempt to sedate him. 2 to 3 minutes later, he is loaded onto an ambulance. And at 11:07 p.m., just over 20 minutes after the first officer made contact, responding officers are told McClain does not have a pulse.
He just cored. Are you serious? Yeah. Okay. So, sit tight.
McClain was resuscitated at the scene and taken to the hospital where he would be declared brain dead 3 days later. The coroner concluded last November that a combination of physical exertion and a narrow left coronary artery contributed to McClain's death, but could not determine the cause of his death. He added that it could have been either an accidental death caused by a reaction to the ketamine, a natural death, or a death linked to the carotid control hold used by officers.
Okay.
Oh God, I can't. This is really just. How is it legal for them to seduce him with
Ketamine.
To put a substance into his fucking body.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's see this. Aurora, Colorado police killed Elijah McClain while he was walking home. Peacefully arrested James Egan Holmes after he shot and killed 12 people and wounded over 50.
Yeah,
you see the difference there.
Yeah. I mean, they had no right to hold him, no right to do anything.
It isn't rocket science. It's common sense. Just open up your eyes. Play dumb if you want. The time is now. We demand justice. I want to show this artwork.
Got pictures of him too.
I got this artwork. It's everything he said there. I can't believe I have my ID right here. My name is Elijah McClain. That's my house. I was just going home. I'm an introvert. I'm just different. He played violin.
I can't. I'm like, he was fucking autistic, damn it. He was fucking autistic.
The system protect them too, as well. It pretty much found the cops that did this, the system that protects the police officers, which.
God damn it.
Which, like I said, the system that protected him.
He played violin for shelter cats so they wouldn't feel lonely. He worked on it as a massage therapist, bringing relief and healing to people. He was a vegetarian who wouldn't hurt a fly. By the time he was a teenager, he taught himself to play violin and guitar. He often bowed to others as a sign of gratitude, as you saw in the video. Those were his last words.
I can't breathe.
I'm an introvert. I'm just different. That's all. I'm so sorry.
I have my ID
I have
right
no gun.
here.
I don't judge people who do eat meat. Forgive me. All I was trying to do was become better. I will do it. I will do anything. Sacrifice my identity. I'll do it. You all are phenomenal. You're beautiful, and I love you. Try to forgive me. I'm a mood Gemini. I'm sorry. Ow, that really hurt. You're all very strong. Teamwork makes the dream work. Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to do that. I just can't breathe correctly.
Happy birthday! Happy late birthday!
Happy super late birthday.
Nice. Wait, really?
No,
really? I was like, no way. This is a luau party. There you go. Wow.
Wow. I know autistic people. You don't get close to them like that. You don't startle them like that. He was autistic. And they fucking did this to him.
He played violins for cats.
This is why I get, like, you cannot tell me that there's not a fucking racial problem here. There is. And, like, these fucking people escorted serial killers. They let these serial killers have their moment. Sit them down. Some of them were taken to fucking Burger King, given a meal. You kill this kid who is obviously, he's obviously different. He obviously is on the spectrum. This is why cops cannot be social workers. This is why they're not trained for this. They are not trained How the fuck do you give somebody ketamine? How is that legal? That alone should absolutely drive these people to be entirely go to jail. You're not a freaking doctor to give this kid something that you don't know is gonna kill him. I just can't. Like, this is abuse. I mean, this kid is somebody on the spectrum. He told them, he was letting them know that he was different.
I have my ID right here. You know, I have my ID right here.
Yeah.
Johnny, I think I sent the picture of the police officers. There's a phone number on there because I believed he was also. It's on the. I put it on the in the file. It's under the right there. Pictures. That one. I think it has the. There it is. The next picture over. If you go over one. Next one, Breonna Taylor. Next one. We have all the names. There they are. Okay. Wanted for the people. The torture and murder of Elijah McClain. Randy Rodema. Nathan Woodyard. Jason Rosenblatt. And I have no problem saying your name. If you have any information or opinions concerning why these thugs are still free, please tag the Governor Paulus at 303-866-2471 at Gov of Colorado, OC, Jared Polis, Dave, DA Dave Young. His number is 303-659-7720. The reward is justice. Instagram at Thugs Wanted. These 3 police officers need to be fired. They need to be charged. I don't know if the system who allows the system in play that allows a police officer, not a friggin' doctor, give a person drugs to try to sedate them without knowing their history. Whoever wrote that law, they need to be sued, thrown out of office, and this is the shit. And not for nothing, they protected these cops again. They protected these cops. Get buckets. Pasta, the immediate threat are the police. Until the police are stopped, the movement can't progress. You're blaming the people doing the work for how they're doing it instead of the people on the sideline. I disagree because, once again, these cops are protected by the system. The governor is able to pardon them. The governor's allowed them to get a paid check while they're at home. It's the system above. It has to be brought down together. I'm not denying that the police department is filled with racists, because they are. We need to take care of it all at one time. I just want it to be inclusive, but I don't think it's the time to talk about it after that video, after what we just saw Mr. McClain go through. It is very hard to watch.
And it should be. It should be hard to watch.
And everybody should have to watch it.
Everybody should have to watch that, because then you understand the fucking disparity, the privilege that white serial killers get compared to a fucking black autistic.
Yep.
Real quick, I just want to show this. The Aurora police broke up a peaceful violin vigil that was held for Elijah McClain.
Can you explain how a vigil is violent to me?
Exactly.
I just want to know.
It was peaceful. They're playing violin.
You've got to be kidding me. No!
Well, there you go, folks.
So you understand that these fucking police are fucking thugs.
Oh, all right.
This is why. We have to go after all of it. I agree with Pasta. They're an arm of the oligarchy, but they have to be taken down.
They were sent there by somebody. Who sent them there? The DA,
the
mayor, the chief. Who else?
They
sent
receive
them?
orders. That's all they do. We noticed it when we were in West Hollywood, and they were Tina heard them say, "Oh, we're gonna go." Corral these protesters. We're gonna go kettle them. We're gonna do this because. And you ask them who said that. Oh, we were ordered this. We were ordered. They take orders. They're stormtroopers. They just take orders. They don't think. They do them. That's why certain people are chosen to be cops. I would never be chosen to be a cop because I just don't take an order. I think for myself. And so that's what they do, and that is a system above them. They are an arm of the oligarchy of the military-industrial complex. This is why they're so heavily militarized. This is why you saw the military be sent in there. It's all connected. But I mean, at the very least, people have the very right to protest, to at least attend a peaceful vigil. And again, mainstream media, every single time, which is so unnerving, they come in and they only put the camera on when the protesters are responding to police gassing them, to police throwing rubber bullets at them. That's it.
They
the
like
looting.
to highlight the
They're not
looting.
highlighting the
peaceful
protests like redfishes when they're playing a violin and then the police come in. That's when things might get violent, because you are being attacked for doing nothing. You are literally sitting there honoring the life of this kid who was murdered, and you can't even do that without the police coming in to come after you. I mean, come on. I mean, this is out of control right now. It's out of control.
It's funny the way the establishment is jumping on this whole bandwagon of like, oh, now they're like anti-police, whatnot. Meanwhile, they architect writing the crime bill with Biden.
Oh yeah,
And their police in other countries now, that's when they praise them. They go to them and they start praising them. And yet what's going on in other countries, like, the videos that we also, one of the first videos that me and Johnny said, and you agreed to as well, that everybody should watch, was that Apache helicopter mowing down, journalists. And we didn't see, but in one of those cars, there was a 4-year-old girl who got a bullet, and a Marine found her and tried to run her to a hospital, never knowing what happened, and everything. It was almost cut in half, and a bunch of people were mowed down by bullets this big, whatnot. It's like I say, they practice it over there and they bring it home here. Look at them right now. Did the police officers ever look like this? I mean, you would see maybe a SWAT team back in the days, but now every police officer is armed with riot gear and the weaponry behind them.
But they're the ones fearing for their life.
Oh yes, yes.